John C. Hinch Production Art Studios in Peoria, Illinois, VideoMax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Andrew Darling and Becca Winnie. News with Ashley Edlin and Cody Brutlag. And your Midstate reporting team. Sports with Drew Tate. On the Beat with Elizabeth Scoville. About Town with Gabrielle Balzel. Get Real with Emily Hart. Let's Eat with Kate Hall. About Crew with Tara Jabari. Cooking for Two with Emily Hart and Cody Brutlag. And State of the Arts with Simone Buckman. And now, from America's friendliest city, Midstate Magazine starts right now.
Hello there and welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'll be one of your two hosts, Andrew Darling.
And I'm Becca Winnie.
And it's really great to be here.
It really is. It's been a little while.
Yeah, it's been an enjoyable winter. However, did you hear about what's the name of that groundhog or that gopher?
Puxatawny Phil?
Yeah. What happened to him?
He saw his shadow, which means 6 more weeks of winter.
Oh man.
I know. Another one of those. I don't know when the last time he didn't see a shadow was.
Yeah, I can't remember either. And I heard something about like PETA is really up in arms about.
Yeah,
they're
protesting that they should have a robotic groundhog because Puxatawny isn't getting enough. They're not treating him well enough or something.
Yeah, well, it makes perfect sense, really. I mean, replace a real natural groundhog with a robot, and we can just allow the robot to continually see its shadow for an eternity.
Since that's all that happens anyway.
I mean, PETA's, they're pretty extreme. I mean, I'm kind of the opposite. I make it a point to eat an animal every day, for breakfast if possible. But, that's just me.
But how are they going to get a robot to see its shadow and everything?
I don't know. We'll talk about that soon. I think I have a plan for one. But let's go ahead and go take a look at news and sports.
Good evening and welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Cody Brutlag.
And I'm Emily Hart, and here's a first look at the news.
The primaries are over for Illinois and candidates have been chosen to represent their parties. But there's still much to be discussed in 2010. Here are a handful of Illinois' issues. There's a plan to thin out the Asian carp threatening the Great Lakes. Many possibilities are being explored to reduce them or at least try to push them back. And for the first time in history, Illinois is in the second half of Senate Bill 1381, the Compassionate Use of Medical Cannabis Pilot Program Act. The first steps were passed in 2009, and the bill will be moving into the agenda again this year. Also in the works is making improvements on the high-speed railway extending between Chicago, Alton, and Bloomington. The project is funded by the America Recovery and Reinvestment Act, and the plan is to excel the train up to 110 miles per hour and shave off an hour off the commute between cities.
In anticipation of winter weather, some locals are stocking up on supplies. In addition to buying salt and sand, many are trying to winterize their homes as well. Midstate Magazine's Jen French has more.
Last year's shortage of road salt, many locals are stocking up on winter supplies.
Last year I was kind of late in getting salt, so this year I'm kind of stocking up a little bit before the storm hits us, and hopefully we can be prepared for it this time.
We've had a large influx of customers coming into the store. Main reason is to grab salt, grab shovels, grab de-icers, those types of products.
In addition to salt and shovels, many locals are also getting sandbags to get ready for the winter season.
Well, I have a little S10, and winter's coming, and we have a storm on the way, so I wanted to get a little weight in the back of my truck.
The sandbags are to keep Ryan Chevy from driving off the road. To keep his residents safe, Maurice Alwyn stocks up on salt for his properties. He owns an apartment complex in West Peoria.
Typically, we probably go through 1,000 pounds a year. Depends on how bad the ice is.
In addition to salt, this hardware store has also seen people seeking other products to winterize their homes.
We try to keep our house insulated as best we can and, fill any cracks and all that with insulation, spraying foam, and whatnot.
Central Illinois residents have learned it's best to prepare for anything in the winter. In Peoria, I'm Jen French.
New this semester at Illinois Central College is something they like to call night owl classes. These classes were offered to accommodate potential students who only have late night evenings available. ICC gathered a handful of teachers willing to give this trend a go. The 4 classes available are all 100-level classes, including composition, intro to jazz, medical terminology, and network concepts. The classes run anywhere from 10 p.m. until 3 a.m., and coffee is always served upon arriving. This semester, we'll test the interest of the new times and see if the night owls come out.
A little over a year ago, the Springboard Project motivated a few Bradley students to create an organization. While they weren't the winners in the competition, they're still going strong today and are winners in the eyes of their peers. Midstate Magazine's Rachel Seacrest has more.
Saving a life to change a life, a motto created by and seriously taken to heart at a local organization where human and animal lives are transformed.
We founded Paws Giving Independence a year ago September, and we started out with only 3 dogs, and we currently have 12 dogs in the program. Myself and another Bradley student, Brandy Arnold, we co-founded the program, and our goal was to place all of our dogs for free of charge in the Peoria area to the individuals that could benefit from them. So the dogs are trained to turn on lights, they open doors, they pick up stuff you drop, they brace for transfers, and other specially designed tasks for the person.
This organization has blossomed over the past year, and the lives being changed extend past the people in their program.
All the dogs you see are rescued from animal shelters in the area, and then they're placed in foster homes. So those are members of the Peoria community, and they offer to take the dogs into their houses. Paws Giving Independence provides all the vet care for the dogs, and they foster homes work every week with the dogs on different tasks.
Fundraisers and donations keep this organization afloat, and with the support of Bradley University's Markin Center, the group also has a place to train. This program is aiding families and changing lives daily, which is demonstrated through the relief Carla Hardesty feels because her daughter Naomi has a new sense of confidence and hope created from the partnership with her dog Sasha.
Really wonderful thing that she is a companion and a friend, and when Naomi is out in a community setting, it seems like Sasha's like a bridge between people in the community and Naomi. People want to come and talk with her, and she's even said, when I have Sasha with me, I feel popular.
For Midstate Magazine, I'm Rachel Seacrest.
Oh, there's a good...
Thanks, Rachel. If you'd like more information about this organization, you can visit their website at givingindependence.org.
A former Peoria District 150 principal suddenly resigned earlier this month after his internet activity was discovered. 50 pages of deny logs were found in a 2-week span connected to former middle school principal Philip Heiss. Heiss attempted to get around the district's internet security to visit dozens of pornographic websites from his office computer at Charles Lindbergh Middle School. Heiss resigned on January 8th for personal reasons. He is the second District 150 employee to have resigned within a year for such alleged activity. The school district has refused to comment.
After the Haiti earthquake, one of the ways to give aid is to donate blood. The Bradley American Marketing Association, Red Cross, and Athletic Department did just that. Dozens of Bradley students and faculty donated blood through the American Red Cross last Wednesday as part of the Challenge on 74 basketball games. Both Bradley and ISU held blood drives on January 27th to see which school could donate the most blood per student. Bradley donated more than 100 pints of blood than ISU on a per student basis. Bradley received a trophy of recognition at the ISU versus Bradley basketball game. And before last week's primary election, Democrat Alexi Janulius was under fire from political opponents regarding his family's Chicago bank. Alexi was a senior lending officer, then vice president of Broadway Bank before he was elected to office in 2006. The bank recently signed a consent with federal and state regulators to assess the bank's top management. It has lost nearly $19 million from various loans.
During his term in office, Broadway Bank has given at least $70 million in payments to Alexi and his family members, $2.5 million going to Alexi himself. Alexi says that his family's business has been seriously affected by the housing crisis and that the bank lent several bad loans after he left. Alexi will be on the ballot for Senate this general election. And now let's take a look at sports. Drew?
Hello sports fans, Drew Tate here with your latest updates in sports news. The Bradley Braves are once again battling it out against their rivals, Illinois State. Katie Sullivan has the latest.
At Illinois State, the Bradley Braves basketball team is preparing for their turn to host the rivalry tonight at Carver Arena. Sam Maniscalco discussed how he and his team prepare for the game.
We just treat it like any other game. Just getting ready for them. They're an explosive team, especially offensively. We saw that up in Bloomington. So we're just going to try to contain them, especially their guards. They have some explosive guards with Osiris and Phillips and those guys. So I mean, definitely on the defensive end is the key for the game. So I mean, they're a good team. They have a lot of good players. I think they have a good point guard too, Lloyd Phillips, who I'll probably be guarding, and he'll probably guard me too. I think it's a good matchup, good challenge for them. Obviously, it's ISU, and there's a little bit of bad blood between the two schools, but I mean, it's the next game on our schedule, so that's how we're going to treat it.
Catch Sam and all the Braves tonight at 7:05. From Midstate Magazine, I'm Katie Sullivan.
Thanks, Katie. In hockey, SBC Worldwide reached a multi-year deal with the Civic Center to keep the Rivermen in Peoria. SBC, which also owns the St. Louis Blues, signed a 5-year lease that will keep the AHL team's franchise in the city. Because of the economy, many cities lost their AHL teams, including the Quad Cities and Des Moines, Iowa. But that hasn't been the case for the Rivermen. The team has 7 players on their roster that have played in the AHL this season, and as positions on the Blues become sparse, the Rivermen expect to receive more players. So how much do you really know about the Rivermen? Here are some fun facts. Their colors are royal blue, dark blue, gold, and white. The owners are Sports Capital Partners Worldwide. Their general manager is Kevin McDonald. The head coach is Rick Wamsley. He was the former Blues goalie coach before Andy Murray was fired and replaced by Davis Payne, who is the former Rivermen coach. And the league they are in is called the American Hockey League. Their affiliates are the St. Louis Blues, who belong to the NHL, and the Alaska Aces, who belong to the ECHL. Their overall record is 187 wins to 141 losses over the 5 years in the AHL, and they have 2 postseasons in the AHL. And the number of championships won in the AHL is unfortunately 0, but they have won the Kelly Cup in the ECHL in the 1999-2000 season. And now on to baseball, where former Cubs outfielder Andre Dawson is inducted to the Hall of Fame this summer. He won't be wearing a Cubs hat, though. He's decided to go in as a Montreal Expo, which is now the Washington Nationals. Dawson spent his first 11 seasons in Montreal, where he won 6 Gold Gloves and was named 1977's Rookie of the Year. Dawson then spent 5 years in Chicago, winning the league MVP award in 1987. And he wrapped up his career by playing 2 years each with the Red Sox and the Marlins. The Hall of Fame ceremony is July 25th in Cooperstown, New York. And that's all for sports. Back to you, Emily.
Thanks, Drew. 2 men in North Carolina are in jail after getting a flat tire. The 2 robbed a store at around 11 p.m. last Saturday night. At 3 a.m., the police department received a call from 2 men at a Hardee's restaurant with a flat tire. After arriving, a police officer recognized the faces of the 2 men from the security tape they had watched earlier in the evening. The 2 were charged with robbery and taken to the county jail.
Well, that does it for the news. I'm Cody Brulog.
And I'm Emily Hart.
And I'm Drew Tate. Be sure to join us next week.
Thank you, Emily and Cody. So, Andrew, you know what caught my eye?
What?
The accelerated train.
Oh yeah, trains are really awesome, especially when it goes that fast. You know, that's going to go from St. Louis to Chicago, right?
I think so.
I think that's what it's going to do. That's going to be really handy for a lot of people who just want to go on a day trip from St. Louis to Chicago, or from Chicago to St. Louis.
And they do it all the time over in Europe, and it used to be a big deal here in America, but not anymore.
Yeah, I know. If that's at all possible, you know, that's really great, and we're not going to see that for a while. But, you know, teleporter technology shouldn't be ruled out. I mean, when you think about it, it's an idea. So, Becca, do you like movies?
Of course I do.
Oh, well, Emily Hart has a review for us. Let's take a look at it.
To Get Real, I'm Emily Hart. Today's movie in review will be The Lovely Bones, based on Alice Sebold's best-selling novel. Peter Jackson brings Sebold's story to life with a beautiful special effects and a suspenseful plotline.
He's cute. Does he like you as much as you like him?
Grandma, would you please just drop it? Hey, Mom! Look at me! Smile!
Susie Salmon is an average teenage girl full of energy and who dreams of one day becoming a photographer, but that dream and her life is cut short when she is tragically murdered. After her death, she is stuck in the in-between, where she struggles with seeing her family deal with the loss of a daughter. She must find a way to see that her family finds justice and that her murderer will not haunt her and her family anymore.
The Lovely Bones was a suspenseful thriller that kept me on the edge of my seat waiting to see what happened next. However, I feel there was a lot of unneeded shots of the main character Susie Salmon in the in-between state. It made me wonder if these shots were really necessary in the film. Nonetheless, the visual quality of the special effects and overall film were great. The storyline is so long, so you might want to prepare yourself for a 2.5-hour film, which could have been cut down. But throughout the movie, it will keep you wondering what is going to happen next. Overall, I give this movie 3 stars out of 5. So if you're looking for a great thriller, check out your local theaters for The Lovely Bones. I'm Emily Hart for Get Real.
Thanks, Emily. I know a lot of people have been reading that book and are really excited to see the movie, so go out and check it out. I don't know, though, if it matches up to the book at all. I know there's always a discrepancy.
People always say the book's always better because it was imagined in their head, the greatest movie theater of them all.
I agree.
Yeah. However, what was the name of that girl, Susie Salmon?
I don't know.
Susie Salmon? Salmon? Or is it salmon or salmon? Salmon?
I think it's salmon.
It's probably salmon.
Probably.
It's probably definitely salmon. It looks like a good movie. Who directed that? Did you catch that?
I didn't.
We'll think about it. But now let's take a look at our brand new segment, Cooking for Two.
Cooking for Two. I'm your host, Cody Brutlag.
And I'm Emily Hart, your cook. Cooking for Two is for all of you who have a special someone in your life, but you don't want to necessarily break the bank when you're trying to enjoy a lovely meal together.
And this week, we're celebrating Valentine's Day. So what do we have here?
Well, I made up a recipe, and it's called salsa chicken. It's pretty much self-explanatory. You get your chicken, and we have salsa that we're going to marinate it in, and I also have some fresh red and green bell peppers and onions.
All right, well, go ahead and show us what you got.
I put the pan a little medium-high, not too high, just a dab of olive oil, not too much. You want your lovely bell peppers. I have half of a pepper of each. So after you add your peppers and your onions, liberally add your salsa. Just pour it over the chicken on top of it and a little bit around it. Now what you want to do is just let it sit there for a while, and while we'll come back and check it and flip the chicken.
So I can easily tell what this is going to be, obviously, a salad.
Obviously. So what I like to do is just add some tomatoes. Then you add your leftover onions from your salsa chicken, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Voila, the salad is done. So now we're going to check up on the chicken just to see how it's doing. And it's looking pretty good. We're going to actually turn down the heat a little bit so it doesn't dry out. We got 2 sweet potatoes, one for you, that special someone. We're gonna microwave them, and after that, we're gonna mash them up a bit, put some butter and some cinnamon, make them really, really yummy.
So this is my best part of making a meal. You get to eat it.
Exactly, everyone loves it.
It's very good. You can taste the salsa and the peppers.
Now I want you to save enough room because we do have a special surprise. It's fondue.
Absolutely perfect.
It's the best thing you'd have, especially on Valentine's Day.
Great way to end Valentine's Day. Folks, I'm Cody Brutlag. This is the lovely Emily Hart.
Thank you for joining us.
Cooking for Two. See you next time.
I guess they had some salsa chicken for a spicy Valentine's Day.
Ooh, spicy. That's how my Valentine's days always are.
Really? What are you doing?
Oh, well, since you asked, this Valentine's Day, I'm probably going to have a huge party and everyone's going to be invited.
Am I invited?
Yeah.
All right, I look forward to it.
Good. And we might have salsa chicken, or we might just do some salsa dancing. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Salsa chicken, salsa dancing.
Or swing dancing.
Or swing dancing.
We'll figure it out. It'll be a good one.
Yeah. I'll bring the little chalky candies that say things on them.
The conversation hearts?
Yes, and we can throw them in the air in celebration.
Oh.
But now let's move on to Elizabeth with her weekly music review.
New concept album out by indie favorites The Flaming Lips, but it just might be something you recognize. In December last year, the group released an entire cover of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. The landmark rock album has sold an estimated 45 million copies worldwide and has influenced generations of musicians. In tribute, the Flaming Lips recorded a track-for-track remake in honor of Pink Floyd. Though the group has covered everyone from Queen to Black Sabbath to Kylie Minogue, this time they're joined by Henry Rollins, Stardust and the Seven Dwarfs, and Peaches to pay homage to tracks such as The Great Gig in the Sky and Money. The tracks themselves place a heavier emphasis on the ambient background layering prominent on the original album, and it allows the Lips to focus on their characteristic airy vocals. Rollins tackles the spoken word parts in most of the tracks in a soothingly monotone voice, while Peaches wails in the background of The Great Gig in the Sky. Though you can appreciate the band's attempt at honoring one of rock's greatest albums, it still pales in comparison to the original. The vocals in the most recognizable single, Money, are reduced to a whispery robotic drone, and the guitar solo is notably missing. Flaming Lips fans should definitely give it a shot, but it isn't recommended for Pink Floyd purists. For On the Beat, I'm Elizabeth Scoville.
Hey, thanks, Elizabeth. That music was interesting. Now, I'm a classic rock and roll kind of guy. I mean, I love AC/DC, you know. Oh my gosh, I could go on and on about all I love, but that kind of sounded like a man was choking a chicken inside an igloo with like a huge hollowed out sound to it. Like, I don't know, it's interesting.
I don't know if I would try and listen to it. I like classic rock too, but it just didn't suit my interest.
Yeah. Well, it's got an interesting sound, and everyone has their own taste in music. What can I say?
That's very true.
Yep. Is there any good concerts coming to Peoria or anything?
Not that I know of. We'll keep an eye out for it.
We'll keep an eye out for it. But now let's check in with Kate and see where she is eating this week.
Welcome back to Let's Eat. This week we are at 7, a cosmopolitan grill on Prospect Road with everything from Napa nachos to New York steak.
A small restaurant with a friendly waitstaff, 7's dim lighting creates a nice atmosphere for dining. Complete with a full bar, 7's entrees are tasty but expensive, with most dishes ranging from $25 to $30.
7's most popular dish is the steak trio, a 10-ounce filet mignon served in 3 different sauces.
With excellent food presentation, quality, and great service, I give 7 3.5 stars out of 4. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Kate Alt.
Thanks, Kate. So I guess if you're not ready to make some salsa chicken, you can go out to 7 and grab something to eat.
Yes, if you have a job,
yes.
Unlike me. Well, at any rate, I'm sure the food looked really good.
It did.
I'm a fan of putting anything in a martini glass to make it seem more appealing. Like they had mashed potatoes in a martini glass. And now, while not drinkable, I'm sure they were delicious.
Of course. I mean, they have to be for that price.
Mm-hmm. And then the steak looked to die for. You know what my rule, eat one animal a day. So, yeah. Well, at any rate, let's check in with Simone and see who our guest is today on State of the Arts.
Good evening and welcome to State of the Arts. I'm your host, Simone Buckner, and tonight we have a talented graphic design student who has shared his art all over the world and is now going to show us here on Midstate. Please welcome Ryan Hovenar. So Ryan, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
So tell me, where have you studied your art and shown your art?
I've studied here at Bradley University for graphic design, and I have, just last year, I've taken a class over in London for graphic design, sponsored here by Bradley. And there we were able to actually produce a project to an actual client. And that was something very unique and a great experience for me. It was the first experience, so it was just a great thing to be a part of. And
Right. Was that your first time traveling with doing art pieces?
yeah, and it was actually my very first time out of the country too.
Okay, then. Great. You've had to work with other artists. Is it a challenge to work with other artists?
Most of the projects we work on here, we have to have a group. And because being a graphic designer, you have to be very good at working with other people to achieve the best effect for a certain project. So I've never really had too much problems with a group before. I've never clashed, you know.
Okay.
Just kind of go with the flow and build off each other's creativity.
Your art has different messages and meanings. How do you get inspiration and the reasoning behind your art?
I study a lot of art history. That's kind of a little bit of a hobby of mine. So I build a lot of messages and styles off of what I see in art history books. My favorite movements right now are like surrealism, Dadaism. That's where I get a lot of my collage work ideas from. And then the messages I just get off of, you know, things that are all around me, the media, whatever, and just kind of attach that meaning onto those older styles.
Ryan's works are entitled Venus of Urbana, which is the first one you're going to show us tonight. So Ryan, please tell me about this piece.
This piece is actually, it pertains to the very high standards of beauty that we as a culture have now. And I'm targeting women mostly in this one because a statistic that's happened in the last 2 years from a survey that female suicide from teenagers has gone up 70%, 70, 75%. And I just can't help but think that there's a connection between this rate of suicide, not feeling good enough, you know. I can't help but just connect that to the overpowering standards of beauty as of right now.
Okay, then. And Ryan's second piece of art is called While the Trees Sang Their Dirges. Can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, that one is a kind of experiment with surrealism, which is a type of art that pertains to like the unconscious and dreams and stuff like that. So this one is a type of dreamscape, and I just kind of made up a little story about it. It's actually part of a series I'm working on right now, and it's just the imaginings and dreams of a girl who has fallen into a coma.
Okay.
And so I'm just kind of experimenting with how strange I can get with that, you know, within collage work.
Okay. Now, I looked at that piece of art and I noticed that you incorporated your title into it. Can you explain how you did that?
Yeah, a lot of my work, I don't think of a title whatsoever until the very end. And most of my work, being a graphic designer, I like to incorporate words and text into my collages. And so I'll look at the piece and think of a title, and if I have a sentence in there or something like that, that usually becomes the title, because what better way to remember a piece of work other than the words that are actually within it.
Okay. If you would like to see more of Ryan's art, he'll be showing at the Meyer Gallery on February 27th and at the Galesburg Civic Arts Center on March 13th. You can also learn more about Ryan and his art by visiting his website, www.ryanhovenar.daportfolio.com. Well, Ryan, thanks for joining us, and thanks for watching State of the Arts. I'm Simone, leaving you with this quote. Maya Angelou once said, "One is lucky, and a solitary fantasy can totally transform a million realities."
Thanks, Simone. And Ryan, best of luck with your artwork.
Yeah, that's quite a talented man.
I know you're dabbling in a lot of different interests. Are you
yes,
talented in some way?
I'm an artist. Let me tell you, when I was in kindergarten, I made, for F Day, one heck of a Fruit Loop fish on a piece of paper. And my mother, to this day, still has it. Bless her. You know, she's got, you know, even though the Fruit Loops are like 15 years old, it smells great.
I bet that was brilliant.
Yeah, it takes an artist to know an artist. So
It does. And Ryan certainly was quite an artist.
maybe I can give him some of my secrets.
Right, I'm sure your tips would be well desired.
Yes, glue sticks. They're like my muse. You gotta use glue sticks. So, are you an artist at all?
I do a lot of theater, actually. So I do more of the performing arts.
So no Fruit Loops or no glue sticks, just theater?
Not anymore. No, those were back in the days. I don't hold myself to those standards anymore.
Okay, well that's very brave of you to move on like that.
Yes.
I'm proud of you. So, theater. Is there any theater shows coming up?
Yeah. Bradley has some theater shows coming up. I know that there's some other local productions that are coming around as well.
Okay, well I'm going to look forward to those.
Yes.
But unfortunately, now it's time to end Midstate Magazine. We hope to see you next week. I'm Andrew Darling.
And I'm Becca Wenning.
See you next time. Wait. Nope. We're not going to see you next time because I love you and we're going to keep on going. So.
And because Valentine's Day is coming up and we just have to spread the love.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday next to St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. You like green?
Green is my favorite. So now, because I'm such a great guy, I let the show go on a little bit longer, but now we gotta close. Thanks for watching. See you next week.